Hello and welcome to the Autoimmune Tipping Point. I'm Josie Warren, the Autoimmune Expert, and today we are diving into fibromyalgia, 5 common symptoms. Now, fibromyalgia is a chronic disease, and I want you to know that having a chronic disease, my heart goes out to you. I understand what it's like. I spent so many years with a handful of chronic diseases that doctors had no real explanation for. And over the years, as I continued to get worse and my body broke down, what was the scariest part for me was the emotional impact, was feeling like I was out of control of my body and my life that I had planned for myself. The future that I wanted was slipping away until it got to a point where I didn't even recognize myself when I looked in the mirror and I almost gave up hope. But I want you to know that I am 8 years completely healthy. I no longer have any of my chronic diseases anymore, and that is why I'm here today. I want you to know that you too can resolve your chronic disease, and you can do it without supplements, medication, or food protocols. And today in this video, at the very end, I'm going to share with you exactly what I did to completely resolve all of my chronic diseases. And so let's go into fibromyalgia. What is fibromyalgia? Now, fibromyalgia is a chronic disease that causes widespread pain in the muscles and joints. And people with fibromyalgia have a heightened sensitivity to pain. Now, the CDC says that over 4 million Americans currently have fibromyalgia, which is about 2% of the whole US population. And out of that 4 million, 80% are women, right? And so let's go into those 5 common symptoms of fibromyalgia. Number one is that widespread pain and tenderness in the muscles and joints, often in the arms, legs, head, chest, abdomen, back, and buttocks. Number two, fatigue and trouble sleeping. Number three, problems with concentrating and thinking clearly, also known as brain fog, or as fibromyalgia people like to call it, fibrofog. Number four, face and jaw pain, also known as TMJ. And number five, headaches and migraines. And so let's go back to that statistic, 4 million Americans having fibromyalgia. You would think that doctors and scientists would know exactly what causes it and where it's really coming from. But get this is really problematic. Healthline says experts do not yet fully understand what causes fibromyalgia and the chronic widespread nature of fibromyalgia pain. Let's take a pause here. What they are saying is that the very doctors, scientists, and specialists that you have put your faith and trust into their hands to know how to get you better don't even know what is causing the very disease that you have. I know for me, I wish someone would have told me this earlier, because if someone doesn't know what is causing your disease, then how could they ever know how to get you better from it? They can't. And so let's go into the real cause of fibromyalgia and listen up, because to me, this is fascinating and it changes everything. Fibromyalgia, we first must establish, is actually an autoimmune disease. And an autoimmune disease is a condition in which your body's immune system becomes overactive, attacking the very tissues and organs it was designed to protect. Now, I know personally and definitively that fibromyalgia is an autoimmune disease. I have worked with many students with fibromyalgia, and I have solely treated it as an autoimmune disease, worked solely on the immune system, got it to go back to normal functioning, and they have permanently resolved fibromyalgia and all other symptoms. And so when you work on a disease and you work on it as an autoimmune disease, getting the immune system back to normal functioning, and that disease resolves, then you can know definitively it is an autoimmune disease. Now, fibromyalgia as an autoimmune disease is also backed up by a 2021 study by the Journal of Clinical Investigation done by King's College in London. And they found that fibromyalgia, listen to this, is a disease of the immune system rather than the currently held view that it originates in the brain. And I will put a link to that peer-reviewed study in this description so you can do more of your own research. But it's a really good thing knowing that fibromyalgia is an autoimmune, and here's why. Having fibromyalgia or any other kind of autoimmune disease like Hashimoto's or lupus or celiac disease, guess what? They all share one thing in common, the exact same root cause, the same origin, which is the dysregulated immune system, period. All you need to do to resolve fibromyalgia or any other autoimmune disease is to solely get the immune system back to normal functioning. That is all one needs to do to resolve fibromyalgia or any other autoimmune. What that also tells us is what fibromyalgia is not, because there is so much misinformation about where fibromyalgia is coming from. Fibromyalgia is not coming from your genetics or an infection such as the Epstein-Barr virus or a serious injury, antigens, pathogens, bacteria. Fibromyalgia, again, just coming from the dysregulated immune system. Also, I want you to know the pitfalls of symptom management. You can never resolve fibromyalgia working on your symptoms. And guess what works on your symptoms? Medication, therapy, including psychotherapy, exercise, food protocols, supplements. All of these methods are symptom management. And working with those methods, you can never resolve fibromyalgia. Now, to learn more about the harsh truth of symptom management and why everything you've been doing to resolve fibromyalgia has not worked, watch my free master course. You're going to learn critical information that no one is telling you about fibromyalgia, and you're also going to learn how to resolve it. Now let's answer the question, how do you get your immune system regulated, permanently resolving fibromyalgia and all of your symptoms without supplements, medication, or food protocols? And listen up, because you have not heard this before. It all starts with suppressed emotional stress. Suppressed emotional stress is what has weakened your immune system. And over time, suppressed emotional stress has caused your body to get stuck in the sympathetic nervous system and stuck in fight or flight. And it's here, stuck in fight or flight, that your immune system became dysregulated, started attacking your body, and hence developing fibromyalgia. And so to resolve fibromyalgia, and this is really important, all you need to do is turn off your fight or flight mechanism. Turn off fight or flight, and your body can finally exit the sympathetic nervous system and enter into the parasympathetic nervous system, where it naturally regains its adaptive state of homeostasis. And in the parasympathetic nervous system, in homeostasis, your immune system naturally becomes regulated again and stops attacking your body. As a result, fibromyalgia permanently resolves, as do your symptoms, such as that muscle pain, migraines, and brain fog. Now, to learn how to simply turn off your fight or flight mechanism, watch my free master course. In this master course, you're going to learn answers to questions that no one is telling you. Like, number one, why you develop fibromyalgia. Number two, you're going to learn why everything you've been doing hasn't worked to resolve fibromyalgia. Three, why doctors, scientists, and functional medicine have fibromyalgia all wrong. And also, most importantly, you're going to learn how to turn off that fight or flight mechanism, move from the sympathetic to the parasympathetic nervous system, and permanently resolve your fibromyalgia and all of your symptoms. That is exactly what I have done. It's the reason I have no longer have any of my chronic diseases and autoimmune disorders anymore. And so I'm so glad that you are here. I want you to know that you are not broken, that you have everything inside of you to permanently resolve your fibromyalgia, and that there is a way out. That is what the autoimmune tipping point is all about. And I'm so thankful that you are here on this journey with me. All right. Thanks and take care.